The secret to reversing aging. What would that secret be? Well, I read a study recently that I just have to share with you. We all want to reverse aging, right? That would be wonderful, or at least slow down aging. We know that our health takes a nosedive after age 30, 40, and we spend the last third of our life in what I call the no fun zone. Diseases, medications, disability, low energy. Wouldn't it be great if there was a way to get back into that ideal health span and have great health for the entire last part of your life? Well, here's a study that shows one thing that may be very helpful. Gut microbiota of the young ameliorates physical fitness of the aged mice. So this is a study on mice, and they took an old mouse, and then they got a young mouse, and they did a fecal transplant. Now, does everyone know what that is? That is where they're taking someone's poo and putting it in you. And after they did that, that old mouse became, holy cow, a super mouse. Grip strength increased by 30 to 50%. Muscle fibers grew significantly thicker. They bulked up. Even their skin grew thicker and retained more moisture just from a fecal transplant. They tested the older mouse's microbiome to see if it really did change, and it did. And they found levels of bacteria from different families changed over time depending upon what samples they received. So the young fecal transplant seemed to do the most good. And finally, they took a look to see how could these microbes cause changes in skin, muscle mass, and strength. And what they found was surprising. The microbiome seems to be able to alter the expression of genes in their host. So it makes your genes express themselves in a youthful way rather than in an old way. And it can silence aging genes and turn on youth genes. Bacteria in the gut also influence how much our cells make of certain proteins, which is all great. So here's a summary of the article. A young microbiome revitalizes its host even when it's old. Our gut microbiome that lives in our lower intestinal tract can have a powerful effect on our health. And this study shows that the microbiome may offer a different method for us to improve our longevity. If you've been following me, you know I have been saying for years now that the future of medicine is in your gut microbiome. So let's look at what does this study mean for you. Should you have a fecal transplant? And who would you have that fecal transplant from is the key. So this is a fecal transplant. Now, if you don't want to have it inserted like this, they now have a prescription drug called Vaust, which is poop in a pill that you can take. I don't think that's the best way to do it, but I do know that your digestive system is extremely important. And it would be the second most important system in your body that you need to take care of. We want each of these systems working correctly so you can have ideal health and actually reverse aging. Your intestinal tract has 400 different species of bacteria in it. 3 pounds of bacteria live in your gut if you're healthy. So it's important to have that bacteria there and to keep them thriving. It's kind of a symbiotic relationship. We give these bacteria a home, and they help our health in many, many ways. In fact, I believe most disease begins in the gastrointestinal tract. There are more than 200 studies, together with more than 170 diseases, that find relief with probiotics. So probiotics, rather than a fecal transplant, might be the answer. And one of the things we do with all of our patients is try to heal the gut and build up their microbiome. That's one of the things we did with Wayne, who had obesity and multiple medications and low energy. And with the 7 Systems plan, he lost 60 pounds and felt 30 years younger, got off all his medications. Fixing his gut was an important part of that. So I want you to make your microbiome a priority. Take a quality probiotic. Now, I said quality for a reason. There's a lot of garbage out there. Take a good one. It should be refrigerated. Use fermented foods daily. Have a little bit of one of the 10 different kinds of fermented foods out there. Protect your microbiome. And if you think you've got gastrointestinal problems or problems with your microbiome, check out the 5R program video on my YouTube channel and hit the like and share button if you want to learn more information like this.